that concludes that section. Here, let me mark it. And now we want to go to section verses 2 through 3. And so I think myself happy, King Agrippa, because I shall answer for myself this day before thee, touching all the things whereof I am accused of the Jews, especially because I know thee to be expert in all customs and questions which are among the Jews. And see, that's the reason I said that it's important to know the Bible manners and customs. It might do us well to know a good Jew, to learn about the customs and the manners, especially the feasts and that sort of thing, in the Bible. Wherefore I beseech thee to hear me patiently. In fact, I've thought about Prager sent me an email. He's got numbers done, and for a $150 donation to Prager University, I can get his commentary on numbers. So I might do that so that I can have that. But anyway, that's another sideline. I don't get paid to advertise that. But anyway, Paul is now speaking to a man who understands what he is talking about. Agrippa is an intelligent man. He knows the Mosaic law and he understands the Jewish background. Paul really rejoices in this opportunity to speak to such an instructed man who will understand the true nature of the case. Paul likewise is well instructed in the Mosaic law, but Paul has met Christ. Now the law has a new meaning for him. The the soul of Paul is flooded with the new light. Now he sees that Christ is the end of the law of righteousness. Now he knows that God has supplied that which he had demanded. He knows that God is good and that through Christ God is gracious. There should be a comma there, sorry. Paul wants King Agrippa to know this. There is a consummate passion filling the soul of the apostle as he speaks. I think this is his masterpiece. His message on Mars Hill is great, but it does not compare at all to this passage. Although there were probably several hundred people present to hear this message, Paul is speaking to only one man, King Agrippa. Paul is trying to win this man for Christ. Paul starts with a very uh, courteous introduction, telling Agrippa how he rejoices in his opportunity. Then he proceeds to give King Agrippa a brief sketch of his youth and background. Then he tells of his conversion. Finally, he makes his attempt to reach the man for Christ. So, like I said, with Festus and with Felix, he uses his testimony as his evangelistic method with these folks. Now, first of all, I am going to ask you to read this entire passage without interruption. Actually, it tells its own story. Uh, then I shall make some comments about it. So he reads chapter or verse 4 through 34, and 34. There is no 34. What? There is no 34. Let me verify that before I continue, because sometimes they don't print it. Acts 26 has 32 verses in it. So he reads 24 through 32. Let me change that to begin with.